Our focus standard for this lesson comes from grade 7, Geometry, Standard B. Solve real-life and mathematical problems involving angle measure. Our topic continues to be from analyzing geometry relationships, complementary and supplementary angles. Our essential question is, how can we use angle relationships to find the measure of unknown angles? Please take a moment pausing the video if you need to copy down the topic and the essential question in your header, along with today's date, set up your question column and your note column, and resume the video when you're ready to begin. So here are a couple of reminders from our last video in which we talked a lot about the vocabulary, is that when we're looking at angle pairs, two ways of classifying angles are that the pair of angles can be complementary, meaning that when added together they equal 90 degrees, or they can be supplementary, meaning that two angle measures, when added together, their sum is 180 degrees, meaning they make a straight angle. We're going to use this relationship today to find missing angle lengths. Now, one more thing I wanted to show you is a little memory trick for helping to remember whether complementary or supplementary is 180 or 90 degrees. So with complementary, you can draw a line right here and make that C look like a 9, and then it looks like we have the number 90 with the O right after it. So complementary are angles that make 90 degrees, right? We can kind of make it look that way. With supplementary angles, you can connect the two ends of the S to make it look kind of like the number 8. Add a 1 in front of it, turn that U into an O, and there it is. Supplementary is 180 degrees as a combined measure. So that's a little memory trick. You might find it helpful or not, but if you do, I hope that helps. So let's get on to solve for unknown angle measures. Alright, so we're looking at this diagram, and for this next set of 4 example problems, we're going to be looking at angle pairs that are complementary angles, meaning they add up to 90 degrees. We can see that in both of these examples here because we're using that square in between the sides of the angle that tell us angle MNP is a 90 degree angle, and it's being combined with these two inside angles. The measure of angle MNO, so talking about this part right here, is 75 degrees. Whereas the measure of angle ONP, O to N to P, this measurement is Y degrees. We don't know that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this fact that we can combine the measure of these two angles and know that they equal 90 to find this missing angle measurement. So here's what we know. We know that the angle of MNO is 75 degrees, and that when added to angle measurement of Y degrees, that should equal 90 degrees. Now we can just use our equation solving skills to find the measurement of Y. So we're going to do that by subtracting the 75 degrees on this side to get Y by itself. And if we subtract 75 on this side of the equal sign, then we also have to subtract 75 from 90 on the right side of the equal sign. Well, it should be that the measurement of Y is 15 degrees. Because by subtracting 75 from both sides, this canceled out, leaving Y by itself, and 90 minus 75 is equal to 15, and since we're talking about an angle measurement, we include degrees. Let's try another one. Here's another set of complementary angles. So we know that because we're being told that they're complementary, and so we know that the measure of angle B is X degrees. We don't know that. But we're being told here that the measure of angle A is 25 degrees. So let's do our setup. Each time I'm just following this, and it doesn't technically matter which one I use as X or Y as long as I am adding the two angles together and showing that I know that they equal 90 degrees. But since we called this one x, I've left x degrees plus 25 degrees is equal to 90. Go ahead and see if you can solve this and resume the video when you're ready to check to see if we agree. Well, from here we should have subtracted 25 from both sides to get x by itself. This cancels, and 90 subtract 25 is 65. So the measure of angle B would be 65 degrees. Let's try the next one. Now it's important to know that not every pair of complementary angles are also going to be adjacent, meaning they're not always going to be connected like this. Sometimes you might just be given two angles and be told that they're complementary. Again, they're telling you if they're complementary that their sum is 90 degrees. So go ahead and see if you can set up and solve for this. If we know that this angle, y, is complementary to this angle, which is 40 degrees, what is the measurement of y? We'd have a setup of something like this. 40 degrees plus y is equal to 90. And then using our equation solving skills to get y by itself, we subtract 40 from both sides, and the measurement of angle y is 50 degrees. Let's try one last complementary pair. Angle x and angle y are complementary angles. The measure of angle y is 68 degrees. What is the measure of angle x? Go ahead and set that problem up and check back to see if we both come up with the same answer. Did you come up with 22 degrees? Well, here's my work, and in doing so, if the angle y is 68 degrees, x has to be 22 in order for them to have a sum of 90 degrees. Let's try some work with supplementary angles. So again, the next set of problems we look at will be supplementary, and that means that they add up to 180 degrees. So here we see that QRS is a straight angle, and we're told that the measurement of angle TRS is 125 degrees. So we need to find the measurement of angle QRT, this x degrees right here. So our setup is going to be x degrees plus 125 degrees is equal to 180 degrees, since they're supplementary. So doing our work, what is our calculation for x? Well, we subtract 125 from both sides and find that the measurement of angle x is 55 degrees. Can you solve this supplementary angle pair? The measurement of angle CBA is 100 degrees, and it is supplementary to the measurement of angle ABD, which is being defined as y, since we don't know it. So here's our setup. 100 plus y equals 180 degrees. What's our next step? If you said to subtract 100 from both sides, I would agree. And that leaves us with y being equal to 80. So the measurement of angle ABD is 80 degrees. How about this one? Again, we see that this is a straight angle. We're being told they're supplementary. We want to find x if its supplementary pair is equal to 135 degrees. Go ahead and set that one up and check back when you're ready to compare. Did you come up with x is equal to 45 degrees? Here's the setup. Subtracted 135 from both sides to get the answer that x would have to be 45 degrees. Let's try our last problem. Angle J and angle K are supplementary angles. If the measure of angle J is 120 degrees, what is the measure of angle K? Go ahead and set that up, do your work, and let's see if we agree on this final problem. In setting it up as 120 plus K is equal to 880 degrees, subtracting 120 from both sides, we should come to find out that the measure of angle K is 60 degrees. That concludes our video for today.